Hello everyone, I'm Mike, and we are here in Trails of Cold Steel 2. We just completed the intermission. We're back with our friends after a great standoff with everyone. That was a cool thing. Green also has his ogre powers in control now. He was practically unstoppable once he activated that.
If that is all, I will return to a state of inactivity.
You did not do any spirit travel.
Thanks for all you've done, Valimar. I'll be counting on you if anything else comes up.
Acknowledged. Prepare yourself for your next encounter with the Azure Knight, my awakener.
Don't worry, I will.
We're gonna go get ourselves
We
a
lost
weapon.
last time, but I know that's not all I'm capable of. As long as we're all together, I know I can get stronger.
I eagerly await your results.
Looks like he went to sleep.
As usual.
So, this is what the Great Ashen Knight looks like up close, huh? I've heard all manner of rumor about it, but I never expected I'd stand in the presence of a legend.
I can't possibly begin to thank you enough.
That's right. We couldn't have made it out without our friends.
I don't know what I would have done if you hadn't come to my aid. Thank you. Really. And that goes for everyone else, too.
That's everyone.
Thanks for coming to rescue me, guys.
We're just happy you're okay.
Just don't scare us like that again, alright?
True. We were all on edge waiting for you to get back.
And we finally see the Viscount.
And yet you somehow managed to come out unscathed with Her Highness in tow.
You make it sound like it was easy. Well, easy or not, it was worth going on board. I got plenty of useful info out of it. So funny enough, I'd say their invitation worked to my benefit more than theirs.
That's true. They gain nothing.
I guess there's no harm in looking at the positives now that all's said and done.
Look at you, acting mature and all grown up. Brings a tear to my eye.
Looks like we have some catching up to do.
I'd like to follow Reen's lead and extend my thanks to each of you as well. Thank you, all of you.
Brother.
And dear brother, it's a relief to see you safe and sound. Though I never pictured my great escape would end with you in this airship of all things.
We did time our appearance fabulously, if I do say so myself.
Yep, excellent timing.
My only regret is that we weren't able to blow in with a storm of rose petals when we boarded them.
I'm sure Blue Blank would appreciate that.
Perhaps I should have asked Emma to look into the feasibility of making such a magnificent entrance.
Oh man, that would have been so cool!
Yeah, why not? Add a little flair.
Well, it's probably not impossible. Now you're just being silly.
Sounds about right for our prince.
Well, at the very least, I'd say we're clear of any immediate danger. And given this opportunity, I'd like to sit down with you to discuss our situation and exchange any pertinent information.
That's right, and tell us what the hell you've been up to all this time.
But first, I think we have a few more reunions to celebrate.
Reen!
Ooh, so they rescue the Elise. Oh no, it's just Toa and George.
Toa! George!
I thought I heard your voices when we started flying away from the Pantagruel. So you were on board too?
She was the one ordering the escape, I guess.
You bet. Good to see you, Reen.
Where is Angelica? Oh, you can look happier than that, Toa.
Whoa!
Pat her head.
It's really you. You're really okay. No sooner had we found out that you were still alive, we got told you had been taken by the Alliance. We've been so worried about you.
I'm a real troublemaker, aren't I?
You little knucklehead.
Sorry, Toa. But I'm glad to see you and George made it out okay. Everything I've said to you has been at the back of my mind ever since we parted ways in Trista, and it's kept me going every step of the way. So, thank you.
Oh. You remembered. You promised me you wouldn't die. And you didn't. We still need to work on that one. But I know you're not the kind of guy who'd go back on his word.
See? Reen's a guy you can count on.
Hi, George. You're not really that important. I don't know.
Nice to see you're holding up
I
okay.
guess he needs to be here.
Still can't believe you made it through all that fighting in Trista in one piece, but Well, here you are.
Good to see you again, George. But how'd you two end up on the Courageous to begin with?
We'll bring you up to speed once we all sit down for our meeting. There's a
Alright.
conference room on one of the upper floors. We can meet there when you're ready.
Guess we have some bonding to do. That's what I'm assuming because he said when we're ready. Okay, we don't know those guys. The crewmen and women. Nope, looks like we're heading straight to the conference. How come Sharon doesn't get a seat? There's an available
The
seat
Courageous
right there.
began its independent operations right before Heimdall was first occupied. I realized what the Alliance was planning, so I gathered a skeleton crew, met with Viscount Arcade, and we hurried straight to Trista, where we found your classmates locked in combat with the Azure Knight.
Alright.
I see. That explains why you were in Trista.
I shudder to think what would have happened if not for the Courageous's timely appearance. What have you been doing since then, Father? I hadn't heard anything about your whereabouts until now.
That's right. What were you up to?
Eventually, we were able to shake off the Azure Knight's pursuit. And we've been traveling around the country ever since, preparing to find you and take you on board.
George and I haven't been here long. The principal managed to get in touch with the Courageous without anyone noticing and sent us here.
He did?
I hope he's still alright. By the way, what happened to Major Vander? You two are always joined at the hip.
Alas, he is currently indisposed.
That's Neidhart, right? One of the professors?
His military obligations have him heading up the 7th Armored Division in Western Erebonia. They're working with your former instructor, Major Neidhart,
Oh
as
no.
well.
Who is he talking about?
With him too?
So he's over in the west now.
I should have known the 4th Armored Division's ace wouldn't get his ass kicked so easily.
Oh, right. Dad said he'd heard from him too, remember?
Still, the west side of the country contains Marquis Hyarm's Sutherland province, along with Duke Cayenne's Lemaire province. The fighting there would no doubt be even more fierce than it is here in eastern Erebonia.
Correct. A large percentage of the Imperial Army's military strength still remains intact.
Okay.
But the Noble Alliance forces' constant attacks have put them at a disadvantage.
That's where we come in.
On top of that, a number of townships in the region have been caught in the crossfire and suffered great losses.
That's terrible.
That's war.
I'd heard as much, but it still pisses me off to hear it.
With the 3rd and 4th Armored Divisions occupied on the eastern side of the country, one can only assume the Noble Alliance intends to use that as an opportunity to crush the forces in the west.
Yeah, but they're not stupid. I bet the army in the west is putting up a pretty good fight by themselves.
It's too early to call things just yet.
An astute assessment. The situation in the Western Theater could change at a moment's notice.
Right. But that means we're uncertain what course to pursue now.
Let's focus on strengthening Valimar.
And having said that, we have a question to pose to all of you. The question, really.
Whose side are you on?
With the whole of the Empire caught in the throes of civil war, what exactly do all of you intend to do from here on out?
Us?
We were in the midst of discussing that when Reen was taken to the Pantagruel, in fact.
The third way, right? Neutral path. Well,
This is a full-on war, and our fellow Erebonian countrymen stand on both sides. No one here is delusional enough to think that a group of students like us are capable of stopping it by ourselves. Still, during our field studies, we found ourselves up against the problems this nation faces again and again. And because we have that experience, I believe there's a place for us to change things in all this. A part only we can play.
a part only I can lead.
We may not be able to compete head-on with the Alliance, but together, we can move things in the right direction for Erebonia as a whole.
That was wonderful, Reen.
Still, we aren't all gathered here for the same reasons.
Those two are not impressed.
Be it rescuing Elise or settling things with Crow, we've all got something that we personally want to accomplish. But accomplishing those things won't be possible with the situation as it stands. And that's why, no matter how stacked the odds are against us, or how fierce the fighting becomes, we want to put everything we have into making all the difference we possibly can, in whatever way we can. I think I speak for everyone in Class VII when I say that.
You bet.
I agree completely.
We may all come from different walks of life, but this time, that can work for us.
Exactly. We have something no one else does, and because of that, we can do things no one else can.
And what kind of class would we be if we didn't take advantage of that to protect the people and things we love?
As well as find our own answers to the questions we have looming over us.
As Reen said, however big or small it is in the long run, we have a place in this war, and we have every intention of following it.
Sounds like it'll be a pain, though.
No biggie. We're Class 7. Throw in a few of Reen's trademark speeches and we're raring to go.
Milliam knows how this goes.
Look at you kids.
You all sound like you've really thought long and hard about this.
That's the Class 7 I'm proud to serve.
Yep, Class 7's MO is basically follow Reen.
And you guys aren't the only ones who feel that way. Everyone at Thor's has something to bring to the table. Remember the Academy's motto? Arise, O youth, and become the foundation of the world.
Oh, yeah,
I don't
that's
know
right.
that there was a motto.
That was what Principal Van Dyke said to us at the welcoming ceremony.
As if you remember, Elliot.
The words of Dreikel's the Lionheart serve to inspire us to this day, it would seem.
Of course. They ring as true as ever.
It's like you didn't even have to think about it. You guys just knew.
So, I got confused. I'm confused with the voice actors. But I'm 90% sure George and McBurn have the same voice actor.
Yeah, you should be proud of yourself.
He just added a gravely voice effect for McBurn.
And it's true that Thor students are scattered all over the country right now. But I'm sure that each and every one of them are fighting too. And they feel the exact same way that you guys do.
I understand. Your Highness.
Indeed. I figured you would have already given it some thought, but I wasn't expecting such a stirring conviction. But I think this at least settles the matter of what course to take. If you would do the honors, Captain.
As you wish. We're about to do something neither side would ever expect us to do. We're going to entrust this ship to you.
Wow, does that mean we can go to places anytime we want?
From here on out, the Courageous is yours to command as you see fit.
Yeah!
What?
What? That's a funny what by Elliot.
Father, would you mind elaborating?
Okay, I get it. Basically, Olivert and the Viscount are confused. They don't know what to do, so they'll just follow Reen's leadership, because they're at a loss.
It means exactly what it sounds like. The operation of this ship will be left entirely to your discretion. I imagine your journey to make a difference in this war needs a home base to begin from.
Well, yes, but...
But then what will you do?
We plan to disembark and make our way to the western provinces.
Alright, they have their own mission.
Once there, we'll begin working with the 7th Armored Division and the other neutral forces in the region. The intention is to ensure that as few innocents as possible are harmed by this conflict.
I was actually worried this airship might prove a bit too conspicuous to aid us in pursuing that goal. But with us headed west, we'd be leaving all of eastern Erebonia in your hands.
Wow.
That's such a big responsibility.
I see. That does make the most logical sense.
Kinda. If we've got the Courageous, we could give our third faction some real weight. Neither side could afford to ignore us.
I'm not even sure the guild could come up with a plan this wild.
Soval is an idiot. It's the idiot of the adults, I think.
Well, it's fair to say I've learned a lot from the way the guild's members handle things, yourself included.
Sure. Where's Estelle when we need her?
Oh, and Alphen?
Yes?
I'd like to ask you to remain on board the Courageous as well. This ship is technically the property of the Arner household, fathers in particular. It should give them a certain freedom to act if they have concrete backing from a member of the Imperial family.
I'd be happy to.
She gonna be a permanent party member?
Henceforth, I, Princess Alphen Rice Arner, will guarantee the legitimacy of their actions. So do whatever you see fit to do. You have my full support.
Thank you, Your Highness.
Well!
We're truly honored to have you with us.
No turning back now.
Yeah, seriously.
What are you two gonna be doing?
We hereby humbly accept custody of the Courageous.
Please, Leave Eastern Arabonia to us.
We'll be counting on you then.
I'm looking forward to toasting your future successes.
That escalated quickly. Why are we going to the Ebol Highway?
I'm leaving you in charge of the Courageous's day-to-day operation.
That includes this hat.
I don't doubt you'll make a fine acting captain.
It would be an honor.
Captain Towa. Well, your voice disappeared once you put on the hat. Oh no, they're leaving as well? I invested in you guys. Come on. They were just guest characters. Nobody has any sweet words to Tovo. Yes, Claire?
Rean, I'd like you to accept this. I hope that it will prove to be of some use to you in the challenges ahead.
Okay. Why she? Are we the closest to her? I thought. Well, she came in earlier than Sharon, I guess.
I just did what I felt was right. I wish you all the best in the future. Not as a member of the RMP, but as a graduate of Thor's military academy.
Well then, it's time we bid you all a fond farewell for now. Chin up, Alphen. I'm counting on your charm to keep everyone motivated.
May the goddess be with you.
I look forward to the stories you'll have to tell when next we meet, Laura.
Good luck, Father.
And that's it. It's just Class 7. The prologue of the game is finally over. The real Trails of Cold Steel 2 begins. Cass is back. Guests are gone. Now what?
Well, there they go. You think they'll be okay on their own?
Only the goddess herself knows for certain. Still, with some already calling this a second advent of the War of the Lions, I can only hope they make it through unscathed.
Oh, I'm sure they'll all be just fine. They don't bear the symbol of the horned lion for show.
Yes, right. And the same goes for me, too. I can't very well call myself a Thor's alumnus and fail to deliver.
Well, well, aren't we birds of a feather? Proud Thor's graduates unite.
The alumni.
I'll be in touch with them plenty in the coming weeks, so don't worry. The old guard will do as it must to keep watch over the young and vigilant. Speaking of the old guard, Chancellor Osborne was also a Thor's graduate, was he not?
Yes, he was.
Sorry to say, I can't picture it.
Why? Why not?
Was he now?
Why? What's hard to picture
He
about
and
him?
I may have had our differences,
being an alumnus.
but I still feel a certain loss with his passing. I'd like to express my condolences to you while I have the chance.
I'm afraid I never had the chance to truly get to know him, but there's no doubt in my mind that he was one of the greatest men of our time.
Thank you.
Still, it must be tough for you with Heimdall under the Alliance's thumb. Were you able to find out where his funeral was held?
Actually,
Captain?
What
Is
happened?
something amiss?
No funeral? His
it's
body's
just that
missing?
I received a strange report on that very issue. I was told his body was taken into the custody of the Imperial Guardsmen when the city was occupied.
Is he still alive?
But then after that,
Is he being reanimated?
it simply disappeared at some point.
Disappeared, you say?
Is it possible the reformist faction could have taken it from them?
I'm afraid I don't know. It is possible that the intelligence division did something to that effect.
A disappearing corpse is certainly cause for concern. It's difficult not to draw parallels with the Lance Maiden's sudden death following the War of the Lions.
Unbelievable. I'm almost impressed how much trouble one man can stir up, even from beyond the grave.
He might still be alive. Is he the real bad guy? That's interesting.
He had so many plots in motion. I doubt even his death put a stop to them all.
That's very foreboding. It's very ominous. I don't think we've seen the last of the Chancellor yet. Now we're flying high in skies of Erebonia. But where are we going? That's right. Wait, so what are we doing? I didn't get the message. Alright, they're just gonna show us right now. That's Sarah. She's gonna join our party. That's cool. Yes. I still think we need to power up Valimar. Okay, we're gonna visit Trista and Thors. Alright, so we need... That's our big vision, taking back Thor's. But how do we do it? Are we gonna recruit people? Is this gonna become Suikoden? Are we gonna gather all the scattered classmates? I mean, schoolmates? Ooh, alright. We've seen a couple of them throughout the first hours of the game. Of course, I don't remember where everyone is. Gonna need a guide. Of course, we have side quests. Yeah, now that's just high tech. Wow, alright. Monster Madness. Highlands. Alright, need to find those guys. That's from Towa. This is required. Wait, where's this? Craig. Yeah, this is still north, right? I don't know who Cargo is. Pattery. This is like Ram. Craig, Towa, and another Ivan. Okay. Oh, that's Garelia's proving ground. Okay. That's it. Well, now the Arabonia is... Well, the game has become somewhat of an open world. That's right, Craig is Elliot's dad. Forgot about him. Sorry. Yeah, this is interesting. We're recruiting all of our Thor's schoolmates. I'm sure we can change party members in here while we're here. Okay, Gaius. Yeah, we'll bring Sarah in. Let's bring our instructor in. Machias is absent for a while, but let's bring Elliot first. Machias, and let's bring Laura for backup. It's gonna be our party. We'll bring Fee next time. Well, folks, that's it. It's an open world. I'm gonna need a guide to look up the various quests. They're probably hidden ones. Sure. This is interesting. Okay, so where is our quests? That's the main thing. Alright. We're gonna tour our ship. That's right, it's our ship now. And then we're gonna go see the world. Complete various side quests. I'm gonna check if there's hidden side quests, aside from the 2 optional ones that we received. Wait, actually, I'm confused. The blue ones are the optional ones, right? I forget. We're gonna find out next time in Trails of Cold Steel 2.